Welcome back everyone. Let's get right into it. The ticker we're speaking about today is SNPR, and they're merging with Volta Charging. Now they've had several pushbacks with the merger date, but it's expected to be late August, so we'll see what happens. Volta makes money from advertisement on their charging stations. So Volta will give you free charging for the first 15 minutes and then have a competitive rate after that. With the increase of electric vehicles, they're obviously going to need somewhere to charge, so demand will only increase. Their main focus is to have the charging stations where consumer spending is, and obviously that's down to the advertisement side they're going to be doing. So most of Volta's team do have a history in the car industry, and that is something we really look for. So that varies from Uber, ChargePoint, obviously one of their main competitors, Tesla, which also really links well for them. Now they have a standard level 2 Volta station, and their charging speeds vary from location from about 20 to 40 amps, which is around 3.3 to 7.2 kilowatts. But the great thing is they've got a new Volta DC fast charging station, and I think this will be the real hit for them. Their charging speeds are rated between 50 kilowatts and 100 kilowatts. So it's 15 times faster than the existing level 2 Volta station. And I think that was the main concern with people with electric cars with charging. So a typical car takes about just under 8 hours for it to charge empty to full with a 7 kilowatt charging point. But for many electric cars, you can add about 100 miles of range in 35 minutes with these rapid chargers. Now the reason we picked Volta out of all the other charging stations is because they have a different concept with the business. It's not just you plug your car in and then they charge you whatever the competitive rate is. The advertisement thing I think will be huge, and I think that makes them stand out from the crowd. And obviously coming out of COVID, consumer spending will soar with the customers that are going to be pulling up to Macy's, Target, Whole Foods, and these are all contracts SNPR already have. Products in that store will want to advertise themselves, and having Volta there, obviously it's the last sort of influence a customer has before going into that store. And we've seen the shift happen. We've seen DVDs turn into Netflix, retail turn into Amazon, and now fuel hopefully will turn into Volta. And it's only a matter of time. The advertisement industry is huge and it's only growing. They did a proof of concept with Nissan, and whilst doing that, they had a 168% increase in leaf awareness, a 75% increase in likelihood to lease or buy a car, and over 2,000 visits to the dealership during the campaign. That just proves the impact advertisement has. And their key thing is to understand behaviour, understand how to shape and influence it, and become the Google in the real world. They have said with the SPAC proceeds, it will speed up by expanding quicker and installing more electric stations. And they also said, which was really good, is that the Biden influencing the EV sector with the funding and so on, they actually don't need that, and it's not necessary, although it would help. The gas industry in revenue last year is 500 billion in the US. And I think when you're turning up to a store and seeing that huge charging station with whatever brand is on there will really have an impact. And we've seen that over several concepts. So in terms of the price point with SNPR, they're sitting literally at their common share value, and that's around $10, just under. Now, I think this is a really, really cheap price, and I think it's a steal. I do see this being a near to long-term investment, maybe 3 to 6 months, and I can see this being up by with ChargePoint and the other companies. With the market cap being a hell of a lot smaller than all the rest of them, and with the advertisement side as well, I think SNPR, Volta Charging, will have a really impact in the charging stations. So for me, this is a 2 to 3x play. And again, our patrons know how we're trading this, so if you want to see how we trade this, join our Patreon account It's a monthly membership and you can cancel anytime. But as for Volta charging, we're extremely bullish on it and we'll wait to see what happens with the merger. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.